In the last 4 months, I have really dedicated myself to iRacing in an attempt to truly unravel this sim for myself. And while I tried to have an open mindset, I truly believed that I knew what I was going to learn about this title. But boy, was I wrong. iRacing has surprised me in so many ways, and in this video, I'm going to share 5 key learnings that iRacing has taught me, including a final point that has really made me see iRacing with a fresh perspective. So from rookies to A license, here's what I've learnt. Let's dive in. So learning number 1, rookies is not a disaster zone. Everyone who starts on iRacing has to graduate the rookie license. And iRacing has a reputation for its rookie class being an absolute crash fest. And while yes, you find your share of thrills and spills in these events, I found that iRacing Rookies was nowhere near as chaotic as I expected. Now I will admit that a good run in my first few races of Rookies really did set me up for some cleaner lobbies, but to see B and A licensed drivers inside these rookie races certainly showed me that there is enough clean competition to really enjoy these rookie events. Lesson 2, the progression on iRacing is what other sim titles miss. Now, I'll be honest, I started iRacing to drive GT3 cars. The only problem with that is that they are locked behind the B license, and you need to gain to that license through a number of different categories, building safety rating as you go. I was convinced at the time that this process would be a painful grind and I would not enjoy it. However, the things you learn and the skills you pick up as you progress through the series really do set you up nicely for the faster classes. And even if you gain safety rating quickly and gain those upper licenses, I would encourage you not to rush through those progression races and learn what you can from them. After going through this process on iRacing, I ultimately find myself disappointed that other sim titles I've played, such as ACC with LFM, don't use categories like the BMW M2 or GT4 class in that game to allow players to progress and to truly enjoy some of the other parts of those sims. And I think there are a number of sim titles that could learn a thing or two from this progression model. Lesson number 3 is there's no need to spend money with iRacing straight away. Now this is partly a follow-up to the previous lesson, but with 30 cars and 27 tracks across 5 racing disciplines, the iRacing base game gives you a lot of opportunity for some great racing experiences. These are not cars and track combos that often feature in other games, so they offer a very new challenge. But my experiences with, for example, the GR86 Virginia International Raceway or the BMW M2 at Summit Point Raceway were truly some of the most fun races I've had in sim racing. And to be fair, there is no reason why you could not spend many months enjoying these racing combos, never needing to buy any additional content on the platform. Of course, adding a couple of your favorite tracks is a good idea early on, but the real cost of iRacing doesn't come until the B and A license events, where very little of the base content is used. By that stage, you'll have a very good understanding on what iRacing has to offer you, and you will probably see the value of buying more into the platform. Lesson number 4, player numbers matter. Compared to basically every sim title out there, iRacing has a huge player base. And as a result, no matter where in the world you are or what time of day it is, you will be able to find a full and competitive field to race in across a large number of car categories. And while some sims on paper offer lots of different cars to race, in my experience, only iRacing offers a decent racing situation for those types of cars. So from having the option of racing different types of cars to having extremely closely matched splits in popular series, iRacing's own community gives itself a massive advantage. Now, I will admit that not every car on iRacing has this sort of popularity, Being a Kiwi, the Australian supercar was a car I was very keen to race in, but like some lesser known car classes, it doesn't receive a lot of attention. But from MX-5, GT3, prototypes, Porsche Cup, GT4, there are still so many great categories that get amazing participation, so you won't be short of options. And final, lesson number 5, iRacing is all about the service that it provides. This is the most important thing that I have learned about iRacing so far. iRacing is a service-based platform, and it caters for a particular type of sim racer. In my opinion, that player is someone who wants to drive online and race real-world players and really test their abilities. The service provides for that player weekly curated races, multiple practice servers, a full ranking system, a reporting system, a schedule of special events each calendar year, access to the Trading Paints livery service, and quarterly game updates that recently have been really pushing the game forward. Of course, all of this comes at the cost of the monthly subscription. And if you are not signed up to that subscription, you lose access to the base game and your additionally purchased content. However, when you see what iRacing is not great at as a game, then this sort of makes sense. iRacing actually lacks in lots of areas, like single-player AI racing, career mode, or any sort of offline driving. So if you are a driver that does enjoy those parts of a sim title, then it's safe to say that iRacing is not the best title for you. However, I have truly discovered that the services that iRacing offer really do cater to my needs. So regardless of the subscription costs and other content, which let's be honest is very high, it still feels like the best value sim title that I have played for myself. So there we are, 5 lessons that iRacing has taught me from my progression from rookies to A license. In summary, iRacing offers a lot of fun from day one with new and unique racing experiences that other games can't provide. The large community means that there are so many popular series, and the progression through those series really shows you what iRacing is all about. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars in your first week, and if you enjoy the racing and the services of iRacing and the base content, then without a doubt, you will enjoy the racing in faster classes. If you do not play iRacing and any of this has interested you, then I encourage you, go pick up a few months of subscription, play the base game content, and give it a go for yourself. Of course, if you have any further questions about iRacing, then please feel free to drop them in the comments section below. And if you want to see the races that have led me to these conclusions, then please click on the link to the playlist of my iRacing journey. There are a dozen odd videos in there showcasing rookies to a license, and I'm sure you will see how much fun I've had along the way. But a big thank you for watching through to this point of the video. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing to the channel and give it a big thumbs up if you found any of this content interesting. As always, guys, race hard, stay positive. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.